I had one of those nights last night, no television, well, no YouTube anyway, no radio, no nothing. I just sat in silence and let my mind drift wherever it wanted to go. And I did this for about an hour and a half. The thing is, when you actually sit in silence, your mind is still active. You just let your mind go wherever it wants to go without you putting any control over it. And what you do then, you just follow it. Just go where it wants to go. And little scenarios pop up, don't they? You're sitting there, you're not thinking of anything, but then a little image, a little scenario pops into your mind and you just follow it. You just sit there, and I let the darkness come on. It was like that time of night where it was just beginning to go dark. The light was going from the sky, and I sat there as it got darker. I didn't put the light on, and Molly was asleep next to me, and it was very quiet. And I sat and I didn't think until my mind thought for me, and then I just sat and followed it. It all sounds very hippie, but it's not. It's a nice experience. When I was younger, my kids were young, very young, I used to, on a Sunday, I used to do my logs for work in the late afternoon, early evening. And what I'd do, I turned the telly off, and the house was like plunged into silence. And it was great because the kids didn't suffer. They actually began doing things. And when I finished, I could go and help them do these things and play with them. And this is when you realise that the background noise of the television isn't just a comforting background noise. It's actually a link. It's a link to the rest of the world. It's a link to the media. It's a link to everything that's pouring into your house, into your mind. And when you turn it off, the silence is profound because you've broken that link and you suddenly become independent. You can react with your kids, you can react with each other, you can react with your surroundings without this constant background noise that you think is a comfort blanket, but is actually this umbilical link to Big Brother. Gosh, don't I sound conspiratorial? I'm the Alex Jones of the English YouTube. But it was great. We sat there. Molly, I could hear her breathing. I could hear her breathing, which is nice because when there's noise, you can't. And when you listen to somebody else breathe, have you ever done that? When you actually listen to somebody else breathe, that's a real connection, isn't it? Because that's primal, because years ago, in the past, our forebears heard each other breathe because there were no other sounds. And it's a great connection. So I could hear her breathing, and that's all. And there were no other sounds. So I sat there and just let my mind drift. And like I say, little scenarios came into it. But the thing is, they were all pleasant little scenarios. Just thoughts. You let your mind wander. But like I say, because we have no real control over that, it's difficult to sit and think of absolutely nothing. You just let things come in. But so it's almost like when you sit and do nothing, your mind consciously tries to give you pleasant experiences. You're kind of thinking, and nice little scenarios, nice little thoughts pop in. So your mind is protecting you, isn't it? We're a fantastic complex creature, aren't we? Even our minds, when we're not controlling them, when we're not dictating what they do, or we're not asking them to make decisions for us, which we do constantly, all day, every day, they're actually helping us. They're coming up with nice, pleasant scenarios to make us feel better. So that in the long run, when we go back into society, when we put the television back on, when we go outside and join the rest of humanity, we might be in a better frame of mind. We might be a bit better prepared to take on the vagaries of society. The mind's a wonderful thing, and I feel like I'm being a right hippie this morning, but I don't mind. We came out this morning and it said it was going to be hot, so I brought Molly's pram, because yesterday I took her out without it and she struggled a bit in the heat, so I thought, oh, we'll take it today. And we came out and it was really cool, and there's a wind blowing in from the east, so it's a lot cooler than, in fact, I could have done with putting a light sweater on, but actually the wind just dropped then and the temperature went up. Suddenly the sky, the clouds are breaking up, the sun's trying to come through. I think in another half an hour it's going to be warm, it's going to be beautiful. So yes, I was right to bring Molly's pram out, because she may need it eventually, but at the moment she's loving it. And we're walking through a field of buttercups. You see that? A field completely covered in buttercups. There's nothing nicer. Doesn't that take you back to when you were a kid? Especially if you live in the Northern Hemisphere, up here, if you're here or in the States or in Europe. Fields of buttercups are so nice, and they're what you want. It just reminds you of when you were a kid. Fields of buttercups. Let's hope they don't build all over these fields of buttercups, because they will do, given half a chance. The temperature's rising, ladies and gentlemen. The temperature is rising, and so are my spirits. It's grand being alive, it's grand being out. Sitting in the quiet and the dark may not be completely natural to everybody, but like I've always said about slow living, about my slow life, about peaceful living, about living with less stress, it doesn't come all of a sudden. There has to be a starting point. You have to start from point A and then ease yourself gradually into it. And it may take weeks, it may take months, it may take years, it may take the rest of your life, but you will know when you reach a point where you can say, I think I'm at peace. And then once you think you're at peace and you carry on just living that life, letting your mind settle into that life, you reach a point where you say, I am at peace, I know I'm at peace, and I am at peace, and I have been for a long time. And it's no different. I'm actually no different to anybody else. I have the same kind of life as everybody else. And other people may be at peace out there and don't know they are. It's just, I know I am. I'm aware of something where you may be at peace, but you're not aware of it. You've not told yourself you are. So just try living a little bit slower, a little bit more deliberately. A little less media, a lot more nature, a little less spending on Amazon if you can possibly help it, so that you have a little less debt, so that if anything goes wrong, you've got a little less distance to fall. And then if you kind of cut back your spending, like I try to cut mine back, you reach a point where if everything goes wrong and you lose everything, you go like that, boom. Because it happened to me when I was 52, and I went boom, and I picked myself up again. Whereas if I'd had a load of debt, I'd have gone bang, and it would have been a lot worse. It would have been a right mess. But like I say, if you choose to live a slower, more peaceful life, ease yourself in slowly. Just try to look and see what's around you. Try to appreciate the world around you. It's like this here now, like I'm talking about this field of buttercups. I find this startlingly beautiful. And that's only because I'm seeing it and I'm aware of it. Where I could just walk through it, not even thinking about it, thinking about something else, thinking about worries I've got in the world. Whereas if you stop and think about this, and then tomorrow think about it a bit more, and then tomorrow think about it a bit more, and a bit more, and a bit more, until you reach a point where that's where your mind goes, and it's completely natural. And it's where your mind drifts to, and then when you get out of bed in the morning, it just becomes you, and it has become me. I can say that genuinely. I'm not bullshitting anybody. This is how I live my life for a long, long time, and I am happy. I'm happy with my lot. I'm happy to go when my time comes and look back and think, that was good, bloody great, fantastic. I'm glad I had that chance to live, and I'm glad, I hope I did it justice. But ease yourself in slowly, and it doesn't matter how long it takes, because the journey is part of the fun. The journey is excellent. Learning new feelings every day, new experiences. I still get a massive rush out of just looking at this bank of trees around me. It's massive, you know, it just seems to go on forever. It encircles me 360 degrees, and it still gives me a buzz. But when you first get that buzz, when you first realise, when you first see rather than look, it's monumental. It's life-changing. It is literally life-changing. I am not telling you any lies here. It is, and it's worth it. So whatever you want to do, if you want to carry on living the life you live, as long as you're happy, and I think that is the whole point here. You do whatever you want to do as long as you're happy, but don't, whatever you do, live a life that you're not happy with, because that's selfish, because you will have lived a life that somebody else could have used better. You need to live the best life you can. Put it this way, there are no downsides to living a slow life. All you are doing is giving up things that you realise you may not have wanted or needed in the first place. And if it doesn't suit you, all you need to do is pick those things up again and carry on where you left off. It's just an opportunity missed if you don't give it a go. So give it a go. See how you feel. If it doesn't suit you, carry on as you are. If it does suit you, you will realise how worthwhile it is. We're going to carry on. Me and Molly, it's warming up now. About half a mile over there's a bench overlooking a field. We've been there lots of times. You've seen us record from there lots of times. We're going to sit there in the sun and just stare at the world around us. There will be deer knocking about. There will be people like dogs in the distance. There will be buzzards in the sky. At the moment, there's quite a few. And it will be great. And I will hear the wind in the leaves like I'm hearing now. That's all I can hear, wind in the leaves and birds. And I am so happy. And I genuinely am. I'm so happy and I'm so at peace. And sometimes you just go through life being you. And sometimes you've just got to sit back and think and evaluate it. And when I sit back and evaluate it, I'm glad I have, because it kind of just confirms how I feel. I know a lot of people will scoff, but the thing is, you know, looking at whether he's all talking bullshit and, you know, just an out hippie. But that doesn't matter, because I know, and that's all that matters. So have a good day. I hope the sun shines down on you. And we shall see you on the flip. Peace and love.